today we could just breathe. Just really, for the full depth of what that means to you, just stop all the craziness around us. Stop all the distracting thoughts. Stop all the things that keep us from just breathing, just centering ourselves, just feeling that divine presence, whatever you imagine it to be, and just feeling that calm and that internal peace that we need so bad, desperately in today's world. So if you just start to bring your attention to your breath, and you can relax your hands back down to your thighs and leave them open, flutter your eyes closed, and just be mindful of your posture. Find a comfortable seat. In fact, I invite you to lay on your back. If you would lay completely flat on your mat, like you would be in savasana. Maybe tuck a little bit of a blanket under the nape of your neck. Just make yourself comfortable. If you need your knees bent to feel comfortable, then do that. But just start to be aware of your breath. And just breathe naturally. Don't try to force it. And just visualize that air coming in from the base of your spine, up through your abdomen, into your chest. And then exhaling it out all the way back. And scanning your body, checking in, releasing any areas where you might be holding tension. And just keep coming inward. With each breath, become more and more aware of your heart beating, of the air and oxygen filling your lungs and coming in through your nostrils. And the distracting thoughts that pop into your head, just let them, acknowledge them and let them float away. So often we take our breath for granted because we just do it automatically. But the more you control your breath, the more control over your mind you have. Because if you're focused on your breath, your mind can't take you down a rabbit hole. So now start to bring your breath, more awareness into deepening your breath. And let's practice our diaphragmatic breathing, and that's just breathing through your abdomen. Maybe put one hand on your belly, one hand on your chest. And feel your belly expand as you inhale. Feel your chest lift as it comes all the way up to your sternum. And then release. And bring your belly button into your spine as you squeeze out the last bit of breath. And focus on evening out those inhales and exhales. Lengthening and deepening with each round. And then on your next inhale, when you get to the top of your breath, just hold there for a few seconds until you feel you need to let out. And then release your breath, squeeze it all the way out, and hold at the bottom until you feel you need to inhale again. You find your rhythm Maybe you only hold at the top for 2 or 3 seconds. Maybe you'll hold for longer. And the same thing at the bottom of your breath. After you squeeze everything out, hold for a few seconds and start your pattern of breathing again. And then slowly begin to flutter open your eyes. Bend your knees, bring your feet in close to your bottom. And just sway your hips, your knees side to side. Connect your movement to your breath. Slow and rhythmically move your body. Just start to warm up your lower spine. Gentle twists. And then pull your knees into your chest. Give them a little hug. And bring your left foot to the earth, your right knee, your right ankle over your left thigh. Just in that figure 4, that supine pigeon. And just sit here for a minute and gently stretch out that right knee, pushing it back, keeping both hips grounded on the earth, keeping your shoulder blades tucked under your body, hugging your spine, and just relax your shoulders. Make sure they're both on the earth. And just hold this stretch for a minute. And then begin to tee your arms out to the side. And as you do, gently take that right foot and begin to let it swing over to the left until it meets the earth and you're in a gentle twist. But your shoulders are still completely on the earth. And you can take your gaze over to your right. And just breathe here for a minute or two. You're always welcome to use your blocks underneath your right foot or underneath your left knee, wherever you feel you need support. Feel your breath. And on each exhale, maybe the twist gets a little deeper. And then slowly engage your core. Push your hips into the earth and bring your foot back, your knee back up to center. Bring that right foot back to the earth. Left foot up with your left ankle on your right knee. Inhale. Nice stretch here. Keeping those shoulder blades nice and tucked underneath your back. Inhale. Lengthen and then start to bring that left foot over to the right. And the gaze goes to the left. Shoulders stay on the earth and your left hip lifts. Again, use the blocks if you need for support. Gentle twist. And with each exhale, maybe you get a little deeper. And then slowly bring your hips back to center. Unwind your legs. And walk your feet close to your bottom. Engage your core. Bring your feet straight up, legs up the wall. If you want, you can add the block underneath your lumbar spine, under your sacrum for support, if that feels good. If this is too much, extending your feet, maybe keep your knees bent. We're just warming up the spine. And then slowly begin to open your legs to a wide leg stretch. And flex and point your feet on each breath. Just stretching out that inside of your legs, inside your thighs. And then use your core and engage your quads, pull your legs back together, and pump your feet. Let's just get that blood rushing back to your heart or flowing back to your heart by pumping that calf muscle. And rotate your feet, maybe in all different directions. And then come to stillness. Bend your knees. And slowly bring your feet to the earth. And walk your hips off to one side and roll over so that you can come up to a seated position. You can sit up on a block to elevate your hips or a pillow, and you're going to grab your strap. And then take your strap in your hands and let it be shoulder width apart. Inhale, stay here. Exhale, raise your arms. Inhale, stay here. Nice tall spine. Exhale, down. One more time. Inhale, stay here. Exhale up. Inhale, lift tall. Exhale, down. Inhale, stay here. Exhale, twist. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist the opposite way. The twist is coming from your rib cage. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, up. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, stay here. Exhale, twist. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist. And each time get a little deeper. Inhale, back to center. One more time. Inhale, up. And come down. Shake out your arms for a minute. Take the strap behind you. And try to get it the same distance, your shoulder blades width apart. And then you're just going to, just turn sideways so you can see me. Inhale, lift tall, exhale, lift your arms up. So now we're getting our shoulders to rotate in a forward direction so that we can pushing those shoulder blades together. Come on down. Inhale, tall. Exhale, lift. Try to keep your shoulders back and keep a long spine. Exhale down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, raise your arms. Squeeze those shoulder blades and release. One last time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, raise your arms. Squeeze your shoulder blades nice and long. Exhale, release. Take your arms around your chest. Give yourself a big hug. Stretch out your shoulder base. Maybe tuck your head to your chin to your chest. And just stretch out your upper body. Shake your arms. Maybe rotate your shoulders forward and backward. And then slowly begin to make your way onto all fours. So we're checking in with our alignment. Hands, fingers spread apart, hands under shoulders, knees under hips, toes behind your knees, and your wrists, your knees, and your toes are all in one straight line. Neutral back. And then begin to take a nice gentle cat-cow. Exhale, round your back, pull your shoulder blades apart, bring your belly button into your spine, drop your head. And just find your rhythm, take a couple rounds on your own breath. And as always, you can find whatever movement you want to add to this to get your body nice and warmed up. So maybe when you come up to cat, you can also take a side stretch over to your right or left, and then come back up to cow, and then inhale up to cat and take it over, exhale rather, take it over to the left. Come on back to center, find your rhythm. Maybe start moving backwards a little bit. Maybe taking it all the way back if you want into child's pose and rolling through your Chakramakasana. Come through all the way back, slide through. We just want to lubricate our spine, get all the synovial fluid flowing. And then find your way to stillness in tabletop. Take your right leg, stretch it out. Push your heel back. Gaze is still at the earth. We're just stretching out of calf. Use your breath to find softness in this pose. Bring that knee to the earth. Extend the left foot out. Push that left heel back. You're stretching out the calf on that left side. And then widen your knees, sink your hips, toes together for your first long child's pose. So extend your arms all the way out in front of you. Forehead to the mat. And then come on back up. And let's do some spinal balance. So you're going to extend your left foot back. Engage your core so you have a nice straight spine. And then the right arm straight out in front of you. So you have length from the tip of your right finger all the way back to the tip of your foot. You can straighten point your toe if you like. I like to keep it flexed for a deeper stretch in my calf. Pulling, don't sink into your left arm. Engage your core, push away from the earth. Nice and strong here. And then down. Get set up for the other side. And when you're ready, extend your right foot back. And then add your left arm. Your gaze can stay down. Feel the length in your spine. And then come on back down to the earth. And bring yourself back to child's pose. And then slowly make your way back up. And come all the way up to your knees. Take your right foot, extend it out to the side. Well, actually, I'm mirroring you now, so your left foot out to the side. Sit up nice and stand up nice and tall. And then extend your arm overhead. This is when you can use your block if you want to set your blocks out to the side here. And use that for support. Or if you feel you want to come down for a deeper stretch. Bringing those shoulders through, opening up your chest. So you have a nice long line. You can tense your fingers if your wrists bother you, or you can come all the way down. And then see if you can play around with lifting that outside leg. Engage your core, straight line. And then bring that foot back to the earth and come all the way up. Take a minute here, take that block over to the other side. If you want it for support, then extend your right foot out. Toes pointing to me. Nice and long spine. And then begin to reach that left hand out to the block or to the earth. Extend your right arm up and over, nice long line. And then you can play around with lifting that leg. Pushing off the earth, keeping your shoulders forward. And then back down with your foot. Use your core. Come on back up. And come back in. Take a minute here. And just find your way to a seat. Seated position. So we're going to sit in Dandasana. So push out your sit bones and a nice tall spine. Toes up to the earth. Grab hold of your strap. And put your strap around the outside balls of your feet. Nice long spine on the inhale. And just draw your shoulders back and down your spine. Good. And remember, you're not yanking on your feet. This is just a guide. The strap is just a guide. So you should have no tension in your arms. The stretch should be coming in your hamstrings and in your calves. Toes are pointing this towards the ceiling. And just breathe. Find your breath here. Even it out. And then slowly release the strap. And begin to hinge at your hips. And just stretch forward. If you just start here, that's fine. If you come, you can grab hold of your shins or your toes. But it's more important that you keep a straight spine than reach your toes. So take it wherever your body feels it wants to go today. And use your breath to find softness. Pulling your glutes down, your quads down, I'm sorry. And then hinge at your hips, come on back up. Take your left foot, put it out to the side, bend your right knee in. Outside toe is up, hips and shoulders are facing forward. And we're just going to get a stretch on the inside of our left thigh. So start to walk your hands, hinging at your hips. Start to walk your hands forward. Keeping both sit bones, be mindful of keeping both sit bones on the earth. You should feel the stretch on the inside of your left leg. And just walk it as far as you feel comfortable. Maybe just stay here. And breathe, find your breath here. And walk your hands back to center. Extend that left leg out. Bring the right leg out, bring the left leg in. And then take that leg all the way out to the side. Toes up on your right foot. Be mindful of keeping both sit bones on the earth. Inhale tall. Exhale, begin to walk your hands forward. You might find one side is really different and really much tighter. It is for me on this side, I could feel it already. So just be kind to yourself and take it where you need to go. And try to find stillness. And try to be mindful of relaxing your quad. Because we want this stretch in your hamstring. And if the quad is tight, the hamstring can't relax. So bring your breath and your awareness to your quad and just soften that muscle. And just like gravity, pull you down as you hinge at your hips. Just having a nice gentle stretch in your hamstring. And breathe. And then walk your hands back up. And this time, try to bring both feet in. And this is where you might need help with from some of your props. If you really have tight hamstrings or tight hips, you might be up like this, so you might want to put your blocks there for support, however it works for you. Or if you feel that your hips are open and you can bring your toes together and start to pull your sit bones out so that you're nice and tall. Hold on to your ankles, your shins, whatever you can grab hold of, and just relax here. Try again to find softness in this pose. But use all the support you need to feel comfortable, to feel that gentle stretch in your inner thighs. Nice and tall spine, shoulders down your back, ears stacked over your shoulders. And maybe bring your head down, stretch out your neck. Take your head over to the right, stretch out the left side of your neck. And then bring your chin to your chest and let your left ear drop over your left shoulder, stretch out the right side of your neck. Come back to center with your chin, gently lift your head straight up and begin to bring your knees back in, slide your feet out. Roll down, but you're engaging your core, coming down slow and deliberate. And then when you're down on the earth, just take a minute in this posture to breathe. You want to have your strap handy. And I want you to bring your right foot, bring both knees in, bring your right knee into your chest, put the strap behind the balls of your feet, making sure that you're holding the strap at your forearms, your elbows rather, and your shoulders are on the earth. Your shoulder blades are tucked underneath your back, supporting your spine. And you're just feeling the stretch in your leg. You can keep your left knee bent, or you can keep it straight out. And then take both straps in your right hand and begin to draw that leg out to the right, keeping both hips on the earth. Take your block and put it under your right knee, under your thigh or on your ankle if you need it for support, but you want to keep your shoulders and your hips on the earth and keep that left knee pointing towards the ceiling. Don't let it open up to the left. And just breathe here. Nice. And then gently use your breath to bring it back up to center. Switch hands with the strap and let that, now you might, if you had your knee bent, you might want to extend your left leg and let this, your right leg cross over the midline. Stretching that IT band. Feel it all on the outside of your leg. And just breathe, keeping those shoulder blades on the earth. Feel a nice, gentle stretch all across the outside of your leg. Gently bring it back up to center. One more time, just hold it here. Bend your knee and release the strap. Bend that left knee and put the strap behind the ball of half foot. Again, your choice whether you keep your right knee bent or straight, keeping both shoulders on the earth. There's no tension in your upper back. You're not pulling your leg. And be mindful of what's going on with your toe. Don't be turning it out or in. You know, we all have a tendency, depending on our gait, whether we pronate or supinate, you know, turn our toes in or out. But it's really important for hip alignment to keep it straight. So you want your knee sort of over your big toe, your second toe. And just breathe here. And check in with that right knee. Make sure it's straight up and down facing the ceiling. And then take both straps in your left hand and start to guide that leg out. Make sure you have your block ready for support, keeping your hips and your shoulders on the earth. Use your breath to soften this pose. Engage your core, bring that leg back up to center. Extend that right foot if you have it bent. And change the strap to your right hand. And begin to bring it over to the right. Again, checking in to make sure your shoulders are on the earth. You're feeling the stretch in the outside of your left hip and your IT band all the way down. And then bring it back up to center. Bend your knees. And put your ankle, rest your ankle, your left ankle on your right thigh, and just in our supine pigeon, right, in that figure 4. Just feel the stretch here, and if you want more of a stretch, lift that right knee. If you want even more, reach through and grab hold of that right thigh. We're opening up our hips, working on our psoas, working on our glutes. Nice stretch. Use your breath to soften this pose, to find ease, to connect with the stretch. And then slowly unwind. Take your right knee and bend it. Take your ankle over your thigh. Walk that left foot in, closer to your body. And then take whatever version of supine pigeon that you want. Either stay here, bring that left knee up, or reach through and hold on to your left thigh. You can even put a block underneath your left foot if you needed to for additional support. Keeping those shoulder blades tucked under your back. And slowly release that foot back to the earth. Walk your hips over. You might want to put the blanket under the nape of your neck. Bend your knees in. And just feel release in this supported bridge pose. Just relax your arms, let your shoulders just melt into the earth. Palms are facing up, knees are parallel to each other. Imagine that you have a block between your knees. And check in with your breath, see if it's even. Try to relax all the muscles in your lower back. You should be holding no tension in your back or in your legs. This is such a restorative pose. I think everybody should do this before they go to sleep at night. Put your legs, if you want, play around with lifting your legs up the wall in this posture. Play around with that as well. A few more breaths here. And then slowly engage your core. Pull your pelvis up, peel it off the block, and remove the block from your hips and find your savasana pose. Whether we are consciously aware of it or not, our bodies and our minds are interconnected. And when we hold tension in our body or our mind, it often impacts our well-being and every aspect of our souls. Sometimes we're not entirely aware of the tension we hold until we start to constantly or consciously release it. So in your Shavasana today, I'm going to guide you through a gentle practice of tension and release. We've done it once before. And this way you'll be more mindful of the body part as I mention it. And as I do mention each part of your body, I invite you to bring your attention and tighten that area, and then release it completely when you let your breath out. So take a nice deep inhale and a long exhale. So begin to draw your attention down to your feet. And on your inhale, curl your toes. Tighten them as tightly as you can. And then exhale and release that tension completely. Breathe slowly and mindfully in between each body part. And observe the waves of relaxation that provide the mind, that permeate the mind as we move through this practice. Inhale. Exhale. Bring tightness into your legs, both of your legs, pulling them tight as you can, holding them for just a moment. Hold them, and then exhale and release. Perhaps relaxing more thoroughly through a deep sigh. Inhale. Exhale. On your next breath in, contract the space between your pelvis and the back side of your body, holding for just a brief moment. Tighten, hold, exhale. Soften these areas and let them melt into the surface beneath you. Now shift your focus to your abdomen, to your belly, and tighten those core muscles on your inhale. Tighten them like you're doing a sit-up. And as you exhale, allow all those muscles to completely relax. Feel a complete surrender in your core. And take a few deep, slow breaths into your belly now. Now draw your attention to your hands. Bring them into a fist on your next inhale. Tighten that grasp. And then exhale and allow the fingers and palms to completely soften and melt into the floor. Inhale and exhale. On your next inhalation, pull your arms into your sides, squeezing and holding for a minute. And as you exhale, allow them to surrender. Inhale and exhale. Now bring a subtle and inward pull to your shoulders and your upper chest area on your next inhale. Tighten and then relax completely, allowing your shoulders to fall back and your heart area to open and expand. Inhale, exhale. And now I invite you to focus on the muscles in your face. On your inhale, tighten your jaw and your cheeks and your forehead. For just a moment, tighten. And then exhale. Release and let them soften, completely letting go. Inhale, exhale. And now on your next inhale, tense your entire body from head to toe, or any region that you feel you need extra release in. Tighten, hold there for a minute, hold. Observe the sensation of tension and then release. Now notice the softness throughout your entire body. Let gravity nourish you as it holds you safely and comfortably on the mat. And take a few minutes of silence here to ground the breath and subtly observe the underlying restful state of both your body and your mind. And then slowly begin to bring some awareness back into the room. And find your way, when you're ready, onto your side, whichever side is more comfortable. Curling your knees towards your chest. In this posture of new beginning. And just breathe here. And bring your awareness back to that intention of the power of your breath. And remember that sometimes in life, we just need to stop everything and just breathe. To experience healing, to experience release from stress, to experience wholeness. And slowly begin to make your way to a seated posture when you're ready. Take your time. Keep your eyes closed and your spine tall. Bring your hands to heart center in prayer. And there's a quote I'd like to leave you with today by Krishnamacharya. Krishnamacharya is known as the father of modern yoga. And he believes in the divine to be God. Others believe the divine to be the universe or Allah or nature. But in this quote, he refers to it as God. So he says, inhale, and God approaches you. Hold your inhale, and God remains with you. Exhale, and you approach God. Hold your exhale and surrender to God. There is such power in that complete surrender. So as always, I thank you for sharing your practice with me today. I send each and every one of you blessings and gentle hugs and well wishes and tons of love. Thank you for sharing your practice with me. Have a fabulous week. Namaste.